Homeopathy is going to survive as long as human stupidity survives, and human stupidity is infinite. So why do you want to waste time on those products, wasting money and time on something that even contains alcohol? Homeopathy was invented and written at a time when there was no light bulb. So you can imagine how primitive it is. Ayurveda is even more primitive than that. So we'll come to that.
No, but the counterpoint is कि पुरानी चीज है तो अच्छी है, पूर्वज से
That
चलती
is
आ रही है,
appeal to antiquity, no?
Yeah.
It's just because your ancestors did it.
Correct.
But
Doesn't mean
ancestors
it's
did
right.
not live for more than 25 years. That people don't realize. That we are living for 70, 75 years now.
Correct.
And so at that time, this person, Samuel Hahnemann, who was actually a physician at that time, so he said that, these crude forms of treatments are not good. People are suffering. They are giving them more suffering. So let's devise something that is very gentle on them. So what he did was, he identified three principles. One is the law of similia, which is the like cures like. So he identified that from his experience with cinchona, which is that bark from a tree, which is used in treating malaria. And what happened was that when he took cinchona, he started developing shivering and fevers and all that. And that was also found to cure the fevers also. So he said that, if you take something that leads to a particular set of symptoms, that will actually cure it also. So like cures like. Second is, if you dilute substances so much that there is no starting compound or a molecule of the starting compound identified in the ultimate dilutional product, the essence of that will be there, and that essence will help you get cured of your diseases. Right. So this is the second principle. And the third is something known as vitalism. So that is the vital force theory, where they say that there is some life force flowing in your body, and that life force, even though nobody can actually show you where it is and what it is, the imbalance in the life force leads to these diseases, and all of these medicinal energy will actually balance your life force. So that is the three principles of homeopathy. I sound like I'm talking about some chapter in Harry Potter. It's not. It's homeopathy. And based on these three principles, Samuel Hahnemann started using homeopathy as gentle healing.
So apart from India, are there countries which are practicing homeopathy?
Of course. I mean, it started off in Germany,
Yeah.
France, where Samuel Hahnemann is actually died and he's buried there. Huge homeopathy practice. And then in India, I think in India there are two big pockets for homeopathy. One is Kerala, and one is West Bengal. Beauty of homeopathy is that everybody who claims that they have improved from using homeopathic formulations were in fact having self-limiting conditions. People don't realize it.
But is homeopathy the biggest placebo effect? Because you're saying the second principle is the dilution principle,
Yeah.
which I read about.
Yeah.
And we're saying the thing that actually is used to cure is actually no more in that
Yeah.
meethi goli, whatever, the sweet tablet, right?
No, it's really alcohol. People make a mistake that homeopathy is just that goli. Actually, what they prescribe most commonly are those dilutional formulations, and it is pure alcohol. It's 90% alcohol. So everybody who's been microdosing with alcohol needs to know that it was actually alcohol they have been taking and not
In the pills or in the liquid form?
liquids. Even the pills, they douse it with alcohol, because your life energy is in the alcohol.
So is
solvent.
it written in the ingredient section, ethanol?
Of course, most of the homeopathy formulations they'll write 90%, 40%, 60%. You can see, I mean, somebody who goes and looks at a homeopathy liquid formulation, at the back it will be written the alcohol volume, V by V, volume by volume. It will be 90%, some of them. Crazy. And people finish 1 or 2 bottles in 2 weeks' time.
Okay, so homeopathy is a sham.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's also a placebo effect kind of.
Yeah. So this placebo, I think people need to understand something more than that, because when you say that placebo effect, and you don't stop there. Placebo means no drug.
Yeah, here there can be side effects also.
It's a dummy thing, right? It's a dummy. So when you use placebo in a clinical trial, that means you are not treating the patient with anything. So when you say placebo effect, that it in fact
Got it.
it in fact means that your disease was self-limiting. That is why it has gone away. It has nothing to do with homeopathy or placebo. So when you say the placebo effect has no therapeutic value, it has no treatment value. So I don't think we should even glorify or reasonably justify homeopathy use based on placebo effect, because placebo means no treatment. So why do you want to waste time on those products, wasting money and time on something that even contains alcohol? So it doesn't make any sense.
So do you think in the next couple of decades this is going to go away? Or
homeopathy?
yeah.
Absolutely not. It's going to be like a cockroach. So cockroach is the only thing that can survive a nuclear winter. Homeopathy is going to survive as long as human stupidity survives, and human stupidity is infinite. It's not going to go away. It'll be there. Alternative medicine, everything is going to be there. But I think slow and steady, more number of people will understand that how it is negatively impacting them. Not just health wise, but even monetary wise. It's a waste of money for a lot of people.